Oh yeah!
Yeah, I'm finally back. Oh, man. Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 with the one and only Cookie Pirate. It is so good to be returning to streaming after quite a long and actually unanticipated break. So, let's see, the anniversary update has been installed. The anniversary update is here. We say Whippy Baradeo. How do you say that? Happy birthday, maybe, to Planet Coaster 2. The interactive shooting ride is now... Oh! Alright, set up a range of static and animated targets, lock and load as you take them down and rack up the highest score. Check out the Planet Coaster website for full update notes. Well, I think I picked a good day to go back into the game. Let me get the update notes and I'll pull them up on stream. Alright, let me take a look. Hey, Minecraft and Roblox. Hey. What's going on? Alright. So, we pull this up here. Celebrating the first anniversary. Yeah, that's right. Today, exactly 1 year ago. Wow. Since launch, we've been taking on board your feedback. Yes. 7 significant free base game updates. Yes. Yeah, the game has come a long way since launch. It's really good to see the progress that it's made. To celebrate the anniversary, we're bringing back a fan favorite from the original Planet Coaster. So the shooting ride, the interactive, yep, that's really good. Even more exciting content on the way later this year and beyond. So it's the beginning of November, basically. And that means we have just under 2 months. So I'm expecting either a free update or a new DLC, or maybe both, kind of like they did with Update 7 and the Sorcery DLC. So they might do something like that toward the end of year. I think that would be really cool. Am I gonna make the new Dark Ride? I might try it out a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna create a full-fledged one, but we'll look around and see what we can come up with. Bounty Hunter. Okay, so they have one that we can start with. We can kind of check it out and see how it works. Small, medium, and large triggerable targets with and without animated flipper arms. Blueprints for clusters of targets, and they're available as scenery art items. Okay. And then just a couple bug fixes. Oh, very good. So that gives us a little something to work with. I'm just checking a couple things out real quick here. Whoa, Cookie Pirate's back. Oh man. Alright, tell you what, just to start out, I'm gonna jump into the Viking Park. That's of course the one that I've been working on most of the time. Has it really been... It's been like 2.5 weeks. Wow. Alright, here we are. Cool. So we've got the Vekoma family LIM. We've got this Gerstlauer Eurofighter. The RMC. This Woody. We've got the pools and the restaurant up there. The chairlift, the drop tower, the giant inverted boomerang. The hypercoaster, the Gerstlauer Infinity model. You can finally tune into the cookie store. And then we've got this Zerer. So that's what it was. I had to look this up. And I found a really cool video. It just came out in the last week or so. And it actually went over every coaster type in Planet Coaster 2. And what real-life manufacturer and model that it's based on. So Zephyr is not Zamperla. It's actually Zerer. Create these kiddie coasters. So the Zerer kiddie coaster. And then we've got the invert. I think I already said that. We pulled the B&M Dive and the B&M Floorless up. And I'm not going to spend a long time in this park today. I kind of want to jump around. We've got the train station there. I don't think it's very realistic for a park to have an Infinity and a Eurofighter because they are so similar. They really are. I agree with you. The reason I did it is I wanted just a little practice building a Gerstlauer either kind. I built this. Bromik revamped it for me because I ran into some trouble. And then he actually built this Infinity model from the ground up. So that was completely his creation. And I was like, yeah, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have both a Eurofighter and a Infinity coaster in the same park. But I believe I opened it up for a vote, and people said keep both. And I thought it would be nice, because you get a little bit of contrast. Hey Shem, welcome. It's good to see you. And you know, to this day, I have never been on a Gerstlauer. I'd really like to get, to get on one and try one out. There's one over at Six Flags over Georgia. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. At Daredevil Dive, I think. Yeah, Daredevil Dive is a it's a Eurofighter model. It's actually not that big. It's only 95 feet tall, and it only goes like 52 miles an hour. But it's got the 3 inversions, and it has a beyond vertical drop. So it's a 95-degree angle drop. I think that would actually be a pretty good Gerstlauer to kind of get your feet wet with. Sorry, but I ain't going on the Smiler before I go on another Gerstlauer. As I'm sure as amazing as the Smiler has to be. I know Shem can speak to that. Newly designed lap bar restraint. Ooh. Okay, so unlike most other models, the Eurofighters. What are the 3 inversions? So you've got a dive loop, and Immelmann, and then just a heartline roll. Okay. Jimpers, how are you, man? It's good to see you. I was at Alton Towers last week and got a fair few goes on the Smiler, including a night ride, which is great with the lighting and effects. Oh, man. That sounds actually pretty cool. I mean, I know this time of year it's probably getting dark relatively early up there. And we just had the time change this past week. I know most of Europe changed, I believe a week before we did here in the US. I was at Carowinds, and sunset was about 5:30. I got the most spectacular sunset view on a roller coaster I've ever had. And I've had some good ones. But this one, just that, you know, that took the gold. And then I got like 11 or 12 more rides on Fury, either in twilight or at night, which was just awesome. I got 18 rides on the Fury, and it was absolutely glorious. It was running great despite it being cold. Did Planet Coaster add any other new rides besides the Shooting Dark ride? No. No, this was not a full-fledged update. I think it was mostly just a small celebration of their 1-year anniversary from launch. So they just gave us the Shooting Dark ride, and I guess they had a couple bug fixes. I didn't see a list of them. I'm guessing they probably... Well, maybe not, because all it said is just like stability updates or, you know, something like that. I do want to check that out. We've got a little room. I'm not really going to do much in this park today. I actually have some other stuff that I want to check out. So we're going to go to Tracked Rides, Create Custom, and then the model is this right here, this Sadie Interactive Attractions, which I'm curious what the real-world equivalent is. And it's the interactive shooting ride. And then if you do Blueprints, Bounty Hunter. Ooh, actually takes up a pretty good amount of space. But we'll just set it right here for now. Actually includes the queue and everything. Tell you what, let's do it. Oh, and you actually... Wait, do you get to play it? Oh, man! Hey, Leon, how's it going, man? Oh, this is way too much fun. Heck yeah. Getting a 15 times combo, but I know I've got a lot more than 15. Yeah, this is cool. Sally Dark Rides, okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I'm doing okay, Leon. It's good to be back. And what about now? Shady River. I've made a record-breaking Intamin wooden coaster if you'd like to check it out. It's a 1980s Intamin Woody, not a prefab. Yeah, absolutely. Give me a few minutes. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13. No! Come on. How in the world was that combo broken? Dadgummit. Whoa! And then it turns suddenly. Looking after my sister's cats while she's on her honeymoon. Oh, cool. Congratulations to her. Suggest the usual. Yeah, I will check it out here just a little bit. Now the question is, why don't these bad guys have targets on them? He's firing at me, why can't I? Well, you know what? I gotta keep it kind of family friendly. This is really cool, though. I think there's going to be a lot of really neat stuff that people end up doing with this type of ride. Oh, cool. Okay, so we get to shoot out the riverboat. Jeez. Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Violence with Cookie Pirate. And it's catching fire, too. What? Aha! Oh, really? Oh, there we go. That triggered the boat to, like, burn out even more and sink. I missed it. Hey, Brawlmick, what's going on? Those bad guys have a great union. Yeah, right. 96,000? Oh, man, you all are gonna have to get this and try it out and let me know what your high score is. yeah, Planet Violence. I always think of the one, Boo Blasters on Boo Hill at, Carowinds. That was actually really fun. Alright, 96,000. That's not bad. Not a lot of combos. This is actually really neat. So it does potentially take up a lot of space. Can you stream Planet Violence too? Yes, I just did. That was actually really neat, though. That was fun. Okay, so we got that checked out. Let's go take a look at Jimper's Woody. This Saturday, I'm taking my kinda poor friend to Kings Island. Oh, that's gonna be a good time. I hope you both enjoy it. That should be a lot of fun. Oh my god, it's the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome back, Cookie Pirate. Oh man, I appreciate that, Dale. It's good to see you again. Alright. So let's go into this here. I did a lot of work to my park and finally uploaded it. If anybody wants to download it, the code is that. Alright, we'll check that out after this. I was gonna tell people, like, because I did post in the title and description, like we would showcase stuff. But I was gonna say I would try to limit it to coasters, but you know what, it's been so long. I don't really have anything particular planned. Actually I do, but I've got plenty of time. So we'll check out a park. I want to check out this coaster first that Jimper's shared. 4YL7ZHLS. Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been on in so long. I was not planning on taking as long of a break as I did. But I haven't been feeling the best lately. And work has been pretty wild. I've had a lot of other stuff going on. I don't mind if you don't want to look at it, I'm just advertising. I'll check it out, you posted it here. Alright. The question is which one... "1980s Intamin, Woody, that's gotta be it. Based on the description. Alright, let's give this a go. It looks fun. Looks like it has a pretty interesting layout. So if we look... that is actually a pretty lengthy pre-lift. You know what? I want to check and make sure that we're not going to have like big sections of this going underground. I see part of it going into the grass. So I'm going to do a quick advanced move and just raise it slightly. This is the only part that I see. Alright, so that's probably good there. Prefer a look at the stats as well. We'll check it out. It's gonna make me test it first. Okay. Let's give this a ride. I'm looking forward to checking this out. Or do you mean to look at the stats while we're riding it? Because we can do that too. You've got to give me a little more on the excitement. That's kind of fun at the beginning. That's underrated. Oh, the live results. Okay, good. Yeah, I've got them pulled. Kingdom Isle wooden coaster is actually based off of King's Island because they have the beast. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say it's. I believe it was the Din Core. Yeah. All right, here we go. Wow. Why, some good air on that. Heavy in the lateral department. It doesn't really look, you know, too much, so... Yeah, right there a little bit, yeah. Some of those shallow banked turns. But it's not bad. Kingdom Isle is the rip-off King's Island, yeah. Yeah, I know that. You might not have been here when I mentioned it, but I actually watched a video... I want to say maybe a week ago, might have been a little less. But it went. Somebody basically took every coaster model in the game and went over its real life manufacturer equivalent and what the model was based off of. It was really good. They did talk about the Beast and the Din Core. Yeah, that's right there a little bit high, but not. That's not anything beyond ridiculous. As a fun coaster, it actually has a really long layout, and I like that. There's a lot going on. Yeah, great stats to show too. I mean, that's wow. That's great. It went over 10 on excitement. Yeah, yeah, I've seen coasters go up to 11 to even 12, on some of the most exciting moments. Now, sustained, it's not really gonna get that. Yeah, that video was really well done. It was fantastic. How long is this? I want to look that up. 88.4. That is a super long coaster. Well, let's see the records it breaks. I don't know all of the records of the wooden coasters, but, I'm sure the airtime count to 27 airtime moments, 21 seconds of, airtime. I would love that. That's better than Mako. The G's, I mean, the laterals are a little bit high, but that's not anything that I would say excessive. It's not super tall, it's got good speed. That's a fun coaster. I mean, it's got... I don't even know what you would call this layout. It's kind of double out and back over here. Sort of. But then over here, this part of the ride has kind of more of a hybrid twister layout. Is that longer than Falcon's Flight? No. No, I think, yeah, I was gonna say that one's like 12 or 13,000 feet. Yeah, it's over 13,000 feet, okay. 67.888888888 and such fingers long. I think it is longer than the Beast, though. I want to say the Beast was like 7,000. I could be wrong on that. The Beast coaster, come on. Well, the park is open until 10? What? Holy cow. Yeah, the Beast is 7,300 feet. Okay, so this is a fair bit. Yeah, Jimpers, you're right. Yeah, it's just over 7,300. Alright, yeah, this was a fun ride to check out. I like that. It does take up a pretty sizable, blueprint. But the good thing is it's relatively linear. So, this would take up a lot. You'd probably have to build around or under or through it. But this out here could really fit well in a variety of places. Still pretty insane for a wooden coaster? Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the Beast has 2 lift hills. Everything is bigger in the Middle East. Got all that oil money. Planning to RMC that coaster and see how it turns out. Oh man, I think that would be pretty impressive to see. Speaking of RMC, I keep holding my breath hoping that they'll RMC Hurler. I actually got on Hurler this weekend at Carowinds, and I didn't enjoy it, but I did not regret my choice like I initially thought I was going to. I got on it and said, oh gosh, what am I doing? This is a terrible mistake, and I know it was closed the last time I was there. They were actually doing work on it. And whatever they did helped a little bit, but it's just... I got a couple pops of very mild floater airtime. And then the rest of the ride, it just kind of meanders around. I was like, alright, whatever. The seats were comfortable because they had like extra foam padding, which is pretty great. But other than that, it's just not a good ride. It's not impressive. I mean, it's no T3. Alright, let me look this code up. 1MZF2T1H. Alright. Well, let's go in and check it out. Let me find it. There it is. Was Carowinds busy? Yes. It was not jam-packed, but it was fairly busy. Oh, the bonus ride collection, whatever. Okay. They shouldn't RMC Hurler because it would be the same as Twisted Timbers and they don't have many woodies. I disagree with you on that. I really don't care. The problem is, if it was a good woody, I would say yeah, but the problem is Hurler is just not a very good coaster. I think they could really bring it back to life with something good if they did RMC it. I don't even think really Titan tracking the ride. It would make it smoother, but it's just kind of forceless. Like, the only thing that I think Hurler has going for it is it has a really cool, unique, it's like a partial triple out back. It's almost like a paperclip in its layout. But it's kind of forceless. You get a couple. I rode in the very middle of the car, or of the train, and I didn't really get much. Now, I've gotten some mild airtime on the front, and I have not mustered the courage to ride it in the back seat, given how rough it was. Although, after my ride this past weekend, I could try it in the back, given that it was a bit smoother. The reason it hasn't been RMC'd is because the GP loves it for some reason. No, you know, I disagree with you on that. People go ride it, but I rarely hear people saying good things about it. Like, there was no line for it when most other coasters in the park that were open had pretty lengthy lines. I mean, for God's sake, Ricochet had a longer line. The Wild Mouse had a longer line than the wooden coaster. Now, granted, the capacity's not the same, but just Hurler was a walk-on the entire day. And, you know, I'm a roller coaster enthusiast, like probably most of us here, but I'm not a super hardcore enthusiast. Like, I don't travel all over to ride all of the best and different coasters all over the country or the world and stuff like that. I like going to the parks that I am familiar with and enjoy. Now, granted, it is cool to try new stuff, but I also don't get on a coaster and scrutinize everything about it. I like to just get on and have a good time, even though I do have my preferences. And I'm not saying that all enthusiasts do that, but a lot of the ones that I've seen do. Alright, I hear some ragtime on the piano. Now, I'm trying to remember, because we looked at this park before, and I'm trying to remember what we saw and what is new. This may be new, I don't remember. Bromik will have to help me out. This looks new over here, and the monorail station. This is actually beautiful. I really like the style of this. It's kind of open top, but it's got cover. Kind of protects people waiting in line from the elements. I like these smaller hovering canopies right here. Kind of the same right here with the exit there. Okay, this was there before. It looks like you actually expanded this a little bit, or maybe just connected it in. I really like how this kind of ties in. Why does Steel Vengeance get all the attention? Blue Streak is so much better. Ooh. That is a hot take. That's a hot take. I'm not going to objectively disagree with you because I haven't been on either coaster, but based on what pretty much everybody says, that's a hot take. Everything else is new, the entrance area is all okay. Because I do remember this pool and this shop here, which is just absolutely fantastic. I really like this welcome center that you built. This is phenomenal. You've got the modular souvenirs, and then over on this side you've got the restaurant. You've got this kind of overpass. Goes up onto the patio here with some tables and chairs. You've got a few more out here. This is one of my favorite buildings I have seen in this game. I think I said that before when we were checking it out the first time, but absolutely. Oh. Guess what? This isn't even my park. Out! Have to eat, but I'll be back in like 16, 17 minutes. That's a very precise time. Alright, we've got the, Oh, you finished the Surf Coaster revamp. I forgot about that. I will check that out here in a bit. You've got this kind of circular drop tower. The Screaminator. These are really neat. I'll go back to that here in a bit. I'll go back to that here in a bit, too. Where was I? Not there. Where in the world? Oh, okay, it's over here. Alright, so yeah, here's the entrance, because we did see this coaster. Unless this is new. I do remember this. This was the, Yep. This was that Yukon. Yep, the Gold Rush coaster. Oh yeah, there's the sign for it. The queue and everything. You've got the balloons and photos. That's actually pretty cool right there. The different balloon types and the, on-ride photos for the Gold Rush coaster. Coriolis ride. Ooh, this is neat right here. A little kind of revamped guest service and beverages. And then over on this side you've got just a memento. And then you've got some tables just for people to chill and sit and eat or drink or both. Or just hang out and kind of get a little bit of rest. We've got the Angry Cow. That ride there. The Sundial, I think they call it. This is the, Oh yeah, this is that Gerstlauer that, you helped me make. For my Viking Park when I was struggling with that one. Checked out that before. Now we were looking at this here. Okay, so this is where we were at. We did see this slide complex here. We've got go-karts. We've got the chair swing. This is Dale's kind of castle with the arcade, the souvenir shop, and everything that he built. Or that Bromik built for Dale, and kind of indirectly for me for the Viking Park. But take a look at this right here. This is actually really neat. It looks a little irregular, and I think that's just phenomenal, the way that that is set up. It kind of really helps blend everything together and gives a nice change of pace. And that's one thing that I tend to get a little bit pet peeved about in my own parks. I will qualify that. My own parks. I try to make everything lined up perfectly, symmetrical, etc., stuff like that, and I don't like when things are off. In other people's parks, I don't care. And I think, though, to that this is actually a really good way to do something about that. To take a little bit of leftover path and just fill it in with something beautiful. It's great scenery. Somebody vandalized. Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Let's go deal with that. Come on. Who did it? Ah, we might be a little bit too late. What did they... Oh, right here. Man, where'd they go? Kinda eager to find somebody to kick out of the park. All these people coming in from the pools and stuff. Alright, anyway, I'm not gonna let myself get too distracted. This is that Gerstlauer... Oh yeah, Vampire's Keep. I actually took a look at that in one of my parks. I'm more OCD than you when building. With this park, I was able to ignore it to an extent. Oh man. This is a splash coaster? Oh, this is the, that's the Intamin Splash Coaster. That's the ride that I can't look at, because I don't own the DLC, I don't own the bonus ride. $5 for 3 rides. I don't know about that. Another monorail station back here. Nice pool with a couple other slides. Pretty basic. I think definitely caters to a little bit more of the mild. And I like that. It gives some good variety for people that don't want to go on the craziest water slides. They have something that's a little bit more mild for them to enjoy. Splash Emporium counter built into the side of this building, and that's really neat. And then the TV screen with the stars, that's really cool. This poster here, and then you've got the lifeguard chair, and you've got a spare pool rule sign. I love this. Like, I mean, I would buy one of these and hang it up in my house. I don't know about that, actually. The pool rules. Hangry Krabby's Snack Shack. Oh man, look at that. We've got 2 drink vending machines right there under the hut. That's cool, because your vending machines actually give you a penalty to your scenery rating. So, kind of covering them up with this little thing like that actually kind of helps offset that penalty, and it just boosts the overall scenery. And, I mean, it's cool. Why not? So, I like that. I like the colors of the chairs. These are these darker, kind of sapphire color, maybe? I don't even know exactly what it is. Does it have an equivalent in? No, not quite. I'll cancel that, but I really like that shade of that kind of bluish, violet, kind of indigo color. Some other slides. Oh, this is cool. We've got the red, white, blue trapdoor body slides. That's neat. Patriot White, Patriot Red, and Patriot Blue. Oh, man. Let me guess. The Patriot's Plunge. That's cool. Oh, now I see the text. Nice. I think that's a really cool themed set of body slides. You've got the wave pool right over here. And you either stole my idea or I stole your idea, but having the water come from the rock. Somebody's either bored or a little bit too comfortable and sleepy in the lounge chair. Swimming pool 5. I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna call it the Moses wave pool, because Moses hits the water and rock comes out of the. Moses hits the rock and water comes out of it. I had that backwards there for a second. It looks like a little kiddie pool, and I like this because you've got like an area to climb. I wish the guests would actually be able to interact with these, but that's just really neat. Like, the attention to detail to make this is very impressive. Okay, so I stole the idea from you then. Haha! Hey, look, no running in big red letters. You see that? No running, people. Looks like we need a couple garbage cans over here. Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, there's a fair bit of litter there. Overall, I really like this. Then you've got a couple smaller, just regular body slides. Mini to Farsi. So is this the regular? Trio to Farsi. I don't know what that means, but it looks cool. You've got the trapdoor body slide right here, and then you've got the regular start. You have an enclosed. It actually... Oh, they both switch. They enclose, and then they have the transparent enclosed, and then they're open. Very cool. You've done a lot of really cool stuff with your water slides. I want to say these maybe existed, but maybe not. Oh, it was this set right here that did. Alright, let's go check these out. Yep, so that's the smaller ones with the... We looked at that. 5 flumes. We've got another kind of trapdoor. And then another body flume. We've got the giant... Oh, no. Okay, these are just the regular inner tubes. Double inner tube. And then another trapdoor body slide right there. Those are cool. Raw make your parkas gorgeous. Yes, yeah, I absolutely agree. This looks fantastic. You've done a lot of really good stuff with this. And then we're back to over here. Okay. This caught my eye briefly. I want to see... What is it? Railfan's Restaurant. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna get on foot and walk through. Alright, this looks like an actual, like, restaurant that you would walk into and sit down and get service. I really like the appearance of this. Man! This is very cool. I like that. Benches, the windows. Guest service. Got a small souvenir shop over here on this side. Man, that is cool, and I just walked through the wall. Cool. Oh, excuse me. Alright, who just broke it? Yeah, right there. Out! See what happens when you let Cookie Pirate into other people's parks? He starts kicking people out of other people's parks. Couldn't resist that. Alright, let's go. I think we've looked at pretty much everything over here. I did point out, yeah, the additional monorail station here. Oh, one thing right here. Just a couple... Oh, this is like a kind of an indoor pool. Glass doesn't... What? Wait, is that... Yeah, the glass roof. Yep. Doesn't quite line up. But it's kind of nice for some fresh air. I'm guessing that was intentional. Oh, so I actually really like the aesthetics. Yeah, that looks intentional based on the way they're spaced. So it's a relatively covered, but a couple breaks in it, probably just to let some air flow through it. It's almost like an adult pool. Yeah, this is really cool. I like this. This would be like the adult pass holder, like lounge pool sort of thing. You could get like a walk-up or a swim-up bar, something like that. Gesundheit, yeah. Dankeschön. Oh yeah, I guess is how you say that. Let's go, Brolmick, and bless you, and you're out. And then you've got, okay, yeah. Pool passes with guest services, the Splash Emporium, you've got the changing rooms right there. The monorail in the back. Looks really neat. I like that pool complex a lot right there. Arcade. Man, they really need to add, like, games and stuff like that. Oh, who wants to play a game of pool billiards? Out of order. Haha. Game over. That's pretty cool. Space Invaders. Holy cow. Daytona. Oh man, Daytona USA, the racing. Pinball. Oh, that is neat. Then you've got the prize claw. Oh, that's... Look at how well modeled that is. Alright, I want the green and blue basketball. Man, that's cool. Mega Tsunami, that's... Okay, that's the Intamin water coaster. That I can't ride, I don't own that DLC. Is this the RMC single rail? Yes. Alright, so, spoiler for those of you that did not watch that video, that I was talking about. So, the single rail, actually, in-game, I'm gonna pause and just zoom in so you can see it better. But this is actually, it sits too wide, and I'm trying to remember what they called it. And it was a real prototype that RMC made, but I think they haven't built anything kind of in this model, and they decided to go for the Raptor, which is the one, you know, the one across seating, basically everybody in single file. And that is only available if you get a mod. So, which I would really like to see them add that in, the single file seating on this coaster. The T-Rex, that's right, yep. Yeah, so this is the T-Rex model. And the Raptor is the single file. The real world ones like the Wonder Woman and Jersey Devil and oh, what's the one at Silverwood? I'm trying to remember the name of it. No, you cannot, Dale. Yep, you cannot ride it if you don't have the DLC. You can't even open it and look at the stats. You click on it, and this is what you get. Go to store. Go pay $5 for 3 rides. Goosebumps. I did not do the games. That guy is a legend. Yeah, they look really good. That's super cool. I want to give this a ride. I'm gonna check it out. it's got super good stats too. Is that beyond vertical? Ooh. Great. Yeah, that coaster was really cool. I like the different elements. Yeah, based on Jersey Devil. I see a little bit of the resemblance, yeah. This is a really interesting element. It's almost like an inclined dive loop, kind of like you see on Hydra. This is inclined, but this definitely has the more vertical component. And it's barely inclined. It's all practical purposes basically vertical. A lot of zero-G rolls. You get that zero-G stall. Kind of the climb up here and then the turn and dive back down. Is this beyond vertical? Yes, it is. Yep, as I'm looking at it. Just barely. That's really cool right there. I like that a lot. You got a couple really good pops of airtime. Fantastic stats. Look at that excitement. Minimum, negative Gs are not super strong. But that's pretty respectable. Well, it's gonna have some good airtime. Alright, let me see what else. Oh, I know what this right here is. This is a, kind of a version of, Pantheon. Omega. Haha! Looks almost identical to Pantheon. That's really neat. Alright, then we come back over here. We've got the monorail station. The third one? Yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. And it doesn't go the full length around the park. Interesting. Now, I don't know if that's just kind of a temporary thing, if you plan on expanding it, or it is intentional. Oh. Got a Viking-themed invert. I gotta ride this. I love inverts. Where's the trains? You would! Oh, man. No pre-drop. That's like Banshee. Ooh. I do plan on expanding or adding a different transport ride. Okay, that's fair. I kind of figured, but I didn't know how much more you intended to expand the park overall. Ooh, pop at airtime right there. That is a really interesting element. I don't even know what you'd call that. Wow. Yeah, that looked... Oh, I like that music, too. It's like the ride comes to an end and you get the rave music. Yeah, this is really neat. I like that coaster. Why is it aging when it has the prestige that high? That doesn't make any sense. Good stats. Very neat. I think it's beautifully presented too. Hey Minecraft, welcome back. Oh, the music is coming from here. Mama's Brick Oven Pizza! La vita è troppo breve per mangiare una pizza cattiva. I don't know what it means, but I know how to pronounce Italian. Kind of. Shakes, gelato, dine-in. The Bromic really slow corkscrew. Yeah, let's actually want to look at that again. Off-ride, I'd probably be able to see it a bit better. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is odd. And not in a bad way. That's really creative. Because you kind of get a little bit of a pop of airtime. Like right there. Probably very, very mild. And then it comes back up and is kind of this sweeping, giant corkscrew. And then you turn up into... that there. Basically coming into the final bricks. Probably another little pop of air. Yeah, I like that right there. I really like this. Yeah, Dale, you're right. To go, I like that. Look at that right there too. They've got the actual what? Yeah, they've got the actual pizzas like on the oven rack like that. That is so cool. Attention to detail. Right here, you've got a couple extra restrooms. Buggy blasters, what is that? Oh. Oh, it's the Intamin multiverse. You people are gonna make me want pizza. Hey, you put the pizza shop in your in your park, and everybody loves it. Yeah. Man, I had chili tonight. I'm like, my stomach is a bit heavy. So, I don't want pizza. Delicious as it sounds. I ain't eating it. Had to get up real quick. Supreme only pizza for the win. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know about that. I'm not a super big Supreme fan. It's good. It's not my favorite, but the thing is, the Supreme often has... Hold on. Let's see. Oh, who did it? Was it this crowd over here? I didn't see who broke it. I'm not going to kick somebody out that I'm not 100% sure of. Being the vandal. Yeah, come on people, behave in the park. Where were we? Kind of over here. Yeah, because there's the wrap. Okay, no, here's the invert. Yeah. Right here's the little Italian place. Nope, I lied. That is back over here. And we've got the Intamin multiverse. Hot take, what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza? We gotta open that up for a poll vote. Alright, there we go, vote. Okay, and immediately after opening the poll, we get one vote for every category. Yes and no, you gotta be in the mood. I kind of take a middle of the road opinion on it, like I do with most things. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll eat it if it's done well. Like if it's good pizza, it's fine. I like pineapple, but I learned from a second grade field trip pineapple pizza isn't good. Oh no. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, folks. Oh man. They usually don't go through, but I heard the reverb in my headset. Oh, pardon me, I'm sorry about that. Alright, over here we have a cool River Rapids ride. I love these. Gotta have Canadian bacon on there. Yeah. I'm not a super big Canadian bacon fan. I mean, I'll eat it. Chili is coming back to haunt me. Aw. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Like, I don't feel bad, but it definitely has left my stomach feeling a little bit heavy. Hey, Maria. You're out! Out! Oh, man. AKA ham. I was gonna say it's pretty much ham. And I'm not a super big ham fan. Hot ham? Like an Easter dinner sort of thing? Yeah. I do not like ham as like a cold cut meat. Whereas turkey, I do. Right here we've got another one of these car rides. These are the Aero antique cars. Alright, well I just burped again, and this time I made sure to mute my headset ahead of time. Good old days, I like the name of that. Alright, we looked at this over here. What is this? Mock launched. Bromik, remind me, was this in the park when we looked before? I was gonna say the name sounds kind of familiar, but I don't remember. What is this? Oh, cool. Oh. This music, Vivaldi's Spring. This is like a little labyrinth. Hey, if you get lost in the maze, there you go. You can relieve yourself. It is new. Okay, I'll check it out. I was gonna say it sounded vaguely familiar. Please do not pick the flowers. And the same thing there. I'll tell you what, I had pineapple on a vegetarian pizza and it worked very well. Well, yeah, I can believe that. Although, well, you know what, actually, yeah, no, I can imagine that because the pineapple, the sweetness of it, would kind of help balance out maybe the savory of some of the other vegetables that you would have on the pizza. You've got this kind of flight ride thing. Wild blue. Oh, I like that. That's cool. That's very cool. I like that. Collab on a park with me. Yeah, and if you collab, make that area I suggested. That would be neat. Will you find the goblet or meet the fawn in that maze? I'd be more worried about getting chased out of it by a giant minotaur. This is like the spring rainstorm. The piece turns to C sharp minor. Peppers, olives, and mushrooms. Yeah, the pineapple would definitely help cut that kind of savory flavor out. Or not out, but down, I should say. Kind of balance it out with something sweet. The Music Express. I see what you did with this. Kind of like what I did in my Viking Park, but then you one-upped me a bit, because this is an awesome little canopy that you built over it. It's very neat. And then you don't really have to worry about the cover, although you could to make it completely enclosed, like in the dark, so to speak. Alright, I want to give this a ride. It's the coaster in... Alright, yes. Oh, this looks like fun. I love mock rides launch. Well, the one that I've been on, Copperhead. I only got on Copperhead 2 times. On Sunday. That's a coaster I cannot do much. As much as I love it, it whips you around and I get dizzy. Whereas Fury, I mean, I can lap that thing with my eyes closed pretty much. It doesn't faze me. LFG. Alright. We're all old enough here. So, I finally understood the kids screaming the 6-7 meme. Like, we got on top of Fury and all the kids were, like, instead of the top of shouting LFG like Dale, they're saying 6-7, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then this one kid, he's like, it's a basketball meme. I'm like, yeah, I'm too old to know that stuff. Nice. Like that top hat. And then like another top hat, sort of. Not quite top hat. Launch. This is like an inclined cobra roll. Or something like that. That's really neat. Giant vertical loop. Oh man. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. I understand what the meme means, but I don't understand where it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. And, So all these kids were shouting 6-7 and everything like that, and I wanted to prank them a little bit or make fun of them, and I wanted to shout 7-8 just to throw them off. And then this one guy on the coaster's like, all these kids screaming 6-7? Like, it's a good thing they're not screaming something else. Like, we could be up here screaming, 2 different numbers that if I say this video will probably get age restricted. One of them begins with 6. Oh, yeah, now my video is gonna get age restricted. If I actually finish those 2 numbers. Yeah, Jimpers, I've never understood it either. I guess it had to do with, like, some basketball player who was 6'7", which, when I heard that, 6'7" was that Lil Wayne, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, hut, and whatever. I'm not gonna rap the song, of course. And then just I guess the basketball player talking about that song, or the fact that he was 6'7" or something like that. I don't know. I had a friend in college, his nickname was 6'10", because he was 6'10". 6'7" said Roblox, stop it, teacher's pet responded. Then the class clown said, stop saying stop. Aw. It's kind of fun to prank. Alright, well, the poll has switched a little bit, and we've had 2 people vote illegal, and that is winning with just under half the votes. And then we have 2 votes apiece for God's gift to mankind, and it's okay, nothing super special. So, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll there. Interesting results. Just watched the video, so wild, very interesting. Which video? The 6-7 meme, or was it the one that I was talking about with all of the different coasters in the game, their real world equivalents, excuse me. Alright, we looked at this. This is all stuff that we did look at before. You've got your other monorail station here. Oh yeah, I don't get it. This is a beautiful, another modular souvenir shop. It's beautiful. It's got kind of this Viking stuff. Plundered treasures, and you would think, based on the name, it would almost sound like a pirate shop. But it's really cool because it has the Viking. That's the inverts there. You've got the Enterprise. Have fun today! I like that. That's cool. Kind of a nice motivational sign. And we looked at that before. Bromik, you've done a fantastic job with this park. I really look forward to seeing what else you come up with. Thanks so much for sharing. Give this park a thumbs up. I need to go in and do that on the workshop. Because this is phenomenal. Like, I really like how this is turning out. Hank, how are ya? Welcome. Yeah, super well done. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of here. And I actually want to take a look at some stuff that I found. I turned this on yesterday just for a little bit. I wanted to check some stuff out. Dale, what was that for? Oh, man. That's messed up, man. Get out of here. Man. Like, what? Hello to you too. Kill him with kindness, Hank. Ah, you people are funny. I'm working on the RMC hybrid of that Woody I made earlier. Yeah, you get it done, I'll check it out. I'm gonna be on for a little while, so. Only been an hour and 20 minutes, not bad. It feels, you know, I hate this freaking time change. It feels so much later than it really is. I'm tired earlier, I'm waking up earlier than I want to because of the throw off the sunlight and everything like that. It's just, I don't like it. Alright, so I want to check out some stuff, and this was very obviously a thought in my mind based on having just gone to Carowinds over the weekend, and I wanted to look around and check some stuff out. They need to stop changing the time. We are not farmers. So, here's the thing about that. Every state has the ability to not do daylight savings time. The thing is, they have to do standard time. I read an article, I think it's 19 or 20 states have passed a law in favor of permanent daylight time, but the problem is they cannot do that without Congress at the federal level passing a law allowing the states to go to permanent daylight time. And it's kind of a controversial subject for a lot of people. I just wish they would quit changing the time, but I would definitely prefer permanent daylight over permanent standard time, because then it would be getting light at like 4:30 in the morning, which is just a little bit too early in my opinion. And the sun would set at like 7:30, which really isn't that late in the summer. And of course that's exacerbated further north. The further south you are, it is a little bit more moderate. Unless you're up in Alaska, who cares? Because you're getting you're getting 20 hours of sunlight anyway. Depending on the part of the state, you might get even more. Sun sets around 4:30 in Canada, yeah. Yeah, when I lived in New York, it was the sunset at the winter solstice was about 4:30 or 4:40, and it was dark by quarter after 5. I mean, dark, not even twilight. Alright, I want to check this out here. Copperhead Strike. I do want to check this out. This is one of my favorite rides over at Carowinds. It looks pretty nicely recreated. It's certainly not 100% accurate in terms of the scenery, but the ride itself looks pretty well replicated. Overall, Hank, we'll check that out in just a couple minutes, okay? I appreciate you sharing that. Definitely will take a look. Alright, let's give this a go. Takes that JoJo roll a little bit too fast. And they've got the scene with the barn, that's missing. That's a big part of this. Excellent hang time at the top of that vertical loop. Papa air time before you go into the corkscrew. And then the coaster just kind of meanders a little bit. Papa air, the launch. That launch continues further. And That's a ton of hang time in that. That takes that second loop a bit faster. That's good. Okay. Alright, so the thing about this coaster here. I do like the effort to replicate its layout, and it does a pretty good job overall of that. The most notable flaw, in my opinion, being the inverted top hat. Not great. But otherwise, it stays pretty true to the ride layout. My back and neck hurt. This is a very rough ride. Yeah, I definitely had some really kind of rough transitions and stuff like that. But I do appreciate the attention to detail on trying to replicate the layout of the ride. There is way too much hang time at the top of this loop. This one, there's a ton of hang time. This one here, you actually take the loop a bit faster. This is a very aggressive ejector hill right here, and it didn't really carry through that, and it didn't take a lot of speed up through here, give that real strong ejector. I think some people were decapitated. Oh, yuck. Oh, yeah, right here probably. That's got to be pretty close. I want to actually see it go through this. Oh, gosh, yeah, it actually... Ugh. Yikes. Yeah, that's a problem. I didn't even realize. It looked close, but it didn't look like it was a pass-through, but yeah, that is. This is not a bad recreation, it's missing a couple things, and the one other point that I wanted to make on this is it loses so much momentum in the second half. Let me get caught up on chat. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll check out that hybrid. Alright. Alright, let me check out the hybrid real quick. Let me get the code. Oh, come on, I really don't like how this is case sensitive. didn't make the hybrid. I'm not trying to start beef with anyone here but Cookie. Yeah, I can't even find it in the list right now. I've got too much stuff on here, holy cow. No, it's not. It's my hybrid I made. Yeah, I'm confused as well. What's going on? Oh, there's another Copperhead Strike. Oh, shoot. Okay. I forgot I got 2 of these. I want to place this one and look at that. I'll look at that in a minute, though. Let me try to get that hybrid, though. It's the same layout as the one on YouTube, though. Could have copied it. Except I'm struggling to even find it in the list right here. Is it this? Is it RMC Custom? Is it this one here? Oh, it's a launch. Oh, I see it right here, I think. Okay. Hypernova. Trying to remember where I saw this from right here. Alright, let me check this out. I'm curious. Wait, why is it not going? Thank God I'm drinking something stronger than soda tonight. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what's going on as well. Why isn't this going? Like, what's happening? Does this require a mod? Unpause. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, I must have paused it. Oh, man! Well, that explains it. I was paused. Holy cow. Sorry about that. That was stupid. I forgot I paused it when I looked at the Copperhead Strike. Uh-oh. A rollback. And another launch. Yeah, I know now. Everybody's like, on pause! Your game is paused! And oh, yeah, there must be a little bit of a delay. Uh-oh. Yes, I don't know what's going on. Does the friction need to be turned down or something? Let me see what it's set to. 0.8. Might have to turn it down more. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try that again. Come on. Ah, just barely. Nope. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, tell you what, we're going to turn the friction all the way down. It should make it over this one. Alright, let's go. Come on. No! Make the launch a little bit faster. Alright, yeah. Just gonna say, I don't know how to... How do you actually do that with this? Because I don't have access to the launch track on this. The little coaster that wanted to. Yeah, I have no clue how to access that to change it. Yeah, I guess it's not going to work for me. Oh, that sucks. So it looks like fun. So you go into the launch into this. It's kind of the reverse of that. Oh. And it rolls out and you're kind of overbanked through this turn. And then it comes back around kind of like into a dive loop. Pop a airtime up into kind of a 0G roll and curve back around. It's more like an inclined dive loop there. Another airtime hill, giant 0G stall, which I'm really disappointed that I can't check that out. It's a really interesting turn. It starts banked, then it banks outward, kind of off-axis airtime, then it banks back in. And then just banked airtime, curves up, another airtime hill, big drop-off, curve, big outer banked airtime, curves back around, another 0G stall back around, and couple pops, a lot of pops of airtime right there and up into the brakes. That looks fun. Can I make the speed launch faster, Cookie? No, I can't, because I can't even access the launch track. So I don't have the ability. That sucks. I would really like to check that out. I want to look at this Copperhead Strike. I want to see if it's maybe a little bit more. Well, I can tell you right off the bat that this, the roll, is not the proper direction. Dale, yeah. Oh, this is rough. Oh, like the whole coaster is rough. Gotta go steal some cookies next stream. Alright, Minecraft, have a great evening, alright? Appreciate you hanging out. Ow, what? Like, what? Yeah, I'm sorry, but this just was not great. I don't know. I really appreciate the effort, but this just... Like, this does not even get close to the actual, like, real world layout. This is pretty close. This is way different. And it was rough. I mean, look, I'm not going to discredit anybody for trying. I do appreciate the effort. I'm not really sure that I would be able to do much better. Maybe I would if I really sat down and tried. But yeah, this one was rough. Oh, and again, I mean no disrespect to the creator, who obviously tried. But yeah, not really my thing. My work here is done. Alright, I'm gonna start a new sandbox here. And we're gonna look at a couple other things. Alright. Other things I want to look at. I did get one copy of Bromic's favorite coaster, Carowinds. Okay, where is it? Come on. Maybe my coaster isn't working because you don't have mods. That's what... Yeah, that's what, Jimpers was saying, is it may not work well, since I don't have the mods to make it run that way. Oh, yeah, I've got this right here. I'll place that. That wasn't the one that I was thinking of. This actually looks pretty well recreated. We'll check it out. Where is it? Come on. Need to go through and clean some of these out. Old Arrows are like my favorite coasters, yeah. Afterburn, here it is. Right there. This is Bromic's favorite coaster at Carowinds. The Arrow Looper at Canada's Wonderland is one of my top rides. Is that Dragonfire? Dale out! I got that. Hawkatuya. Tawan, Tahui, or whatever you call it. No, Hank, it's a joke. It's not. It's not his favorite. I'm making fun of him a little bit. This actually looks really cool. Now, the lines are pretty close, not quite. I can confidently say Afterburn is just slightly better than Flight Deck. Just a little bit. Oh man, no. No, I love Afterburn. That's a solid number 3 for me in the park. This doesn't quite match up the path, but it's close. This right here is really neat. This is modeled pretty well, actually. And they've got the fighter jet. Now, really funny, I'm going to point this out, and this is one of those comments that's probably going to get this video age restricted. However, all jokes aside, Flight Deck sucks, yes. The plane here, in the real, I have a picture of it. And the number on the tail, 420, and they have the Afterburn logo and the name right down here on the hangar. And so you take a picture, and you get the tail of the plane and the logo, and it's 420 Afterburn. You can't tell me that was a coincidence. Now, I love this coaster. I love B&M inverts. This is like a mini Montu for me. So I really enjoy it. I don't think we have anything else that we really have to do. Okay. The parking lot at Carowinds actually runs back out this way. So I'm curious to check these out. Let's give this a try. I don't like doing the front track POV. I actually like riding the inverts from a seat. Good station. This is modeled pretty well. Turn the huge helix after the first drop of the Woody into some zero-G thingy. Alright. Raging Bull, anyone, or Superman? I haven't been on Raging Bull. I would like to try it. The Hyper Twister actually sounds like a pretty cool concept. Change of pace from just your standard out and back. Oh, yes. I don't remember that going underground. Maybe it does. It's right there. Nice. Oh, I forgot that tunnel right there, the Batwing. It's got this kind of little bit of a repositioning element, and it flies over that. And the sleeper corkscrew that catches you by surprise. And that really tight turn. You get a longer turn going into the brakes. But overall, this was a good replica. And the station looks just absolutely fantastic. Like, really good. They did a great job with the station recreation. This here, what they would need to do is extend this out just a little bit more. For the most, like, realistic recreation. But this is very neat. That's criminally underrated. This is a good recreation. I'm very impressed with this. I love the station. They got the exit right. Oh, they've got a gift shop right there. I don't think they have that in the actual park. They may have in the past. But yeah, that right here, it just looks so good. Like, this is phenomenal. They've got the cubbies right there and the station. The ride-op room. Yeah, wow, awesome. This is really good. Alright, let's check out Carolina Cyclone. Fun coaster, kind of, at times. I've had a really good ride on this, and I've had, not great. Batman ride too. Yeah. I'm still mad they got rid of Nighthawk. You know, I would love to see. I'm gonna open this up. Like tight vertical loops. Corkscrew, they'd have to build that over the path. And then this helix. This is actually... Alright, this is gonna sound weird, but this is too smooth for an old aero coaster. If you know, you know. Alright. What I said, I just put into a poll. If you vote for the last option, I will not judge you because it's not really a super well-known model. I say this is not a bad Carolina Cyclone. It is a little bit smooth. The real ride is considerably rougher, but this is a pretty good replica. I'm impressed. Hear me out, new gen Vekoma Flyer for the replacement of Nighthawk. Possibly. I'm just glad they're not shutting down the park like Maryland. Yeah, that was sad. Was the ride Star Trek themed when Paramount owned the park? Oh, excuse me. Brahmic, no it was not. It was actually named Top Gun. And then they changed it to Afterburn after the licensing expired. Jumpers, that must be terrible. I'm stuck with 3 huge B&Ms and a top-tier launch coaster. So, if you legitimately don't know what the Flying Dutchman, I'll pull it up. Nighthawk at Carowinds. The Batman coaster at, I believe, Six Flags America. And there's one more out there. Now, these things were kind of weird. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull it up on screen and share it. And we're just going to look. Okay. Nope. Not that there. There it is, right there. So, the Flying Dutchman, what they did, you would actually go, like, in the station, kinda on your back, lying down, looking up, and you would exit backward. I believe Firehawk. Firebird is the... I'm pretty sure Firebird was that old original stand-up that they converted to a floorless. So, but what they did is you go, like, out backwards from the station, up the lift hill, and then it will spin you around and you go into, like, the flying position, like on a B&M flyer, and then it'll kind of 180 your back, you're lying, like, on your back looking up, and it sends you through a vertical loop, which is actually pretty cool. Relatively forceful. I'm gonna pull Nighthawk at Carowinds because that's the one I'm the most familiar with. Yeah, see, it rotates halfway, and then you fly, and then it rolls you back up, and you go down through this vertical loop and all of that stuff. It was kind of a controversial model. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I was in the middle. It was cool. It was not the most comfortable ride, but it was fun to experience. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was not something that I would go on, like, multiple times. It was better than this piece of junk right here. If you know, you know. So, anyway. Alright, so we've got 2 votes for yes, it would be awesome. 1 for it would be cool, 1 for what is the Vekoma Flying Dutchman. Nobody says no. Interesting. Rode Firehawk once, it was amazing. Yeah. They're cool rides. The models that have the inline rolls, or they might actually, I think they're inline, but they might be Heartline, as opposed to the corkscrews that they had on Nighthawk, were generally said to be more preferable. So, yeah, I like these two. Now, alright, kind of for the, yeah, the big showcase of the park of Carowinds. I want to check out these Fury models. You have to. I mean, it's Fury. It's a top 10 roller coaster for most people. It is my... I don't know whether to say this is my number 1 or 2. It's very close. Between this and Iron Gwazi. It turns out Afterburn and Flight Deck had a lot in common. They both used to be named Top Gun. They both had the same colors. Was Canada's Wonderland a Paramount park? I know they were both Cedar Fair before the merger with Six Flags, but I'm guessing it would have been a Paramount park. Because I know Carowinds was. Romick actually did allude to that earlier. Yeah, well, that explains it. And, yeah, so here we go, Fury. Ah, great colors. I want to check this one out. I'm going to have to remember each of these different models. God, Paramount ruined it. Alright, let's give this a go. Just a moment. Oh, that must have been over by the, Afterburn. So excited to ride Fury. It is a fantastic coaster. That's not totally accurate. Nor is this. Nor is that. Close. Actually goes underground here. So we were gonna get a B&M invert, and Paramount decided to go with the Vekoma SLC instead. That sucks, yeah. That's just losing too much momentum right there. And you're missing an airtime hill. Not bad, but it's definitely missing a couple things. Certain elements were not faithfully recreated. Cedar Point had B&M sign this form that basically says they can't build a certain one of their models for a set amount of time. Basically, they couldn't build one even if they wanted to. That sucks. What ride is this? Because it ain't Fury. This is Anger. It's not bad. It just definitely... It's kind of missing a couple. The treble clef wasn't really... No, yeah, that definitely... Not super well done. But I mean, most of the ride is not bad. That's just a couple of these airtime hills. Like this here is way too gradual, and then they're missing the third. I mean, like I said, I gotta give them credit for trying, but... Alright, now, I've got to remember which ones I look at. Is that... Yeah. Hold on. Was it the same one? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't remember if I got 2 Carolina Cyclones or just 1. I did get 2 Carolina Cyclones. Oh yeah, that one's... I'm gonna check this out too. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of people trying and putting their work out. Yeah! Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate the attempt, even if something isn't great, in my opinion. I still give them a lot of credit for trying. So it turns out it's not just me saying that Leviathan is better than Orion. No, I think that's a reasonable take. I think most people say Fury is the best, and then Leviathan is number 2, and Orion is the weakest of the 3 Gigas. That's generally the consensus that I hear. Alright, let's give this Carolina Cyclone a try. Oops. Alright, that's more like the arrow turn out of the station. Slow lift hill. Orion has just no variety. I'm not familiar enough with it. That's my opinion of Intimidator, or what is now Thunderstriker, at Carowinds. Ooh, kick on that loop. Kick on that loop. And that is smooth. Oof, that was not right there. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely feels like an arrow looper. Those loops are a little bit too clothoid for me, and the corkscrews are very wonky. I do like the little bit more rustic feel of this version right here, but I would say I like the elements I think are a little bit more faithfully recreated on this version right here. So both of these are good in their own respective ways. I think this is, I would say I'm a little bit more preferential to this one. I think it's a slightly better realistic recreation. But elements of it felt a little bit too smooth, whereas this really kind of gives you that janky arrow feel. So, anybody know what the record was that Carolina Cyclone set back when it opened in 1980? A little bit of trivia time. I'm the 1%, let me get caught back up ahead. This is definitely home park bias, but I think Behemoth is the best out of the three. Out of Behemoth, Leviathan, and Orion. I'm the 1% that thinks Apollo's Chariot is their best big coaster. I have to agree with you, I love Apollo's. If anyone else has ridden I-305, I don't know what that has to do, since it's not a B&M, unless you're just not finished with a statement you were going to make. Yeah, most inversions on a coaster. Yeah, so Carolina Cyclone was the first coaster to open up with 4 inversions back in 1980. Same, I need to get back to Williamsburg. Oh, Behemoth, Thunderstriker, and Diamondback. Ooh. I would say that Thunderstriker is the weakest of the three. And I've heard Diamondback is a really good ride. Thunderstriker for me. I've had a couple really good rides on it, but most of the rides that I get are mid at best. Very, very mild floater time. There have been some rides that don't get any airtime on it, and it sucks. It does the same thing. Yay, airtime hill. Yay, oh boo, trim brake. Yay, airtime hill. Boo, trim brake. I don't feel anything. And then you've got a couple odd turnarounds. I really don't like after the mid-course, and you have that that hill, and then you have that kind of drop-down spiral back around. It is a very, very mid-hyper, in my opinion. I have actually not been on Apollo's Chariot. I would really like to get on it, but I've also heard that that has not aged super well. But if it's running well, that it's great, but if it isn't running well, it's a pretty lackluster coaster. When I went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, I did not get to go on Apollo's Chariot. I think it may have been closed. You've just described Steel Force. Yeah. I rode Steel Force, I don't know, 20 years ago. I had fun, and I think it was more because of just the sheer speed, and that was my first hypercoaster. Hot take, Diamondback is better than Steel Vengeance. Ooh, that is a hot take. Steel Force is so lame. It was amazing when it opened. Alright, I'm trying to find more Fury recreations. I have so many of them. I think there were at least 4. Alright, let's see here. Hopefully some of these are good. This isn't the one that I looked at before, right? See, yeah, it actually may have been. Yeah, because it's missing the 3rd airtime hill. Yep, that is. Jeez, okay. I've got too many of these. Alright, this isn't one. I'm pretty sure. Alright, somebody help, I can't keep them straight. Like, what? Okay, this one's definitely different, but, yeah, this is missing a hill, too. Golly. It's just the profile, and I can tell the profile of the, treble clef is off. I actually rode Talon the day it opened in 2001. Oh, wow. I can tell you this one is not the same one that we looked at because the track right here is a different color. But I can already tell it's got some deficiencies. I didn't get to go on Talon when I went to Dorney Park. I went on Hydra the year that it opened. Maybe the year after. I was just say it opened in 2005, and I think I went in the spring of 06. I actually really liked Hydra. Now, granted, it was probably running a lot better when it was a year old than from what I've heard now, but it just has such a unique layout. It's got some really unique elements. The inclined dive loop, the inclined cobra roll. I think it was the first coaster with the JoJo roll before the lift hill, which I thought was really cool. I'll give this a ride. It's worth, checking it out. I download it and look at it. I owe it to the creator. I need to see some more banking on some of these turns, because a lot of these really low to the ground curves actually... Oh, right through the tree. They actually, right through the tree again. No. And yeah, totally missing that third hill. So, not a bad first half, but the second half is just missing some stuff, for sure. I gotta give these people credit. I mean, they're trying, and this is not a very easy coaster to remake. I mean, it's massive. Alright, let me make sure. Is that the one that we just looked at? Yeah. We have this one. This one actually replicates the extended drive tires before the lift hill. Alright, let's speed that up a bit. Ah, that treble clef is definitely better on this one. Ah, that trim brake, yeah. There's that other airtime hill. That needs banking there a little bit. This one actually does give the third airtime hill, and then up into the brakes. But those are not. Yeah, these brakes and drive tires are not quite where they need to be. That's just too close there. That is spaced much too closely to the station. I mean, you can't even really build around that right there. But otherwise, I would say in terms of the overall track, this is the closest to the real world version that I've seen so far. And the treble clef is very nicely recreated, which I think is one of the tougher elements to get down. However, it should be curved a little bit more out this way. Am I wrong that the brake run should be on the other side of the station? You are. Yeah, it does go out this way. So, if you're looking here, you've got the plaza. The brake run actually does come up. However, it should be a hill up here, and then it just starts that gradual descent pretty much all the way in. And again, this is brought way too close in. That's honestly, that's the best of the three that I would say so far. But I think we have a couple others to look at. Okay, that is the one that we looked at before. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, this is the one we haven't. This is the one fully loaded. Holy cow. Oh, man. I have to make sure I actually get the elevation on this one right. Alright, let's see here. Terrain, fences. Interesting. Oh, that just as you bring it up. I mean, I guess if you took that and lowered it a bit, but then the... Well, that's actually pretty accurate. Oh, wow. Okay. I can tell you that this is very faithfully recreated. I don't know about the stairs for this right here. They kind of parallel each other. Your priority line, it basically follows that. Kind of on the outside of this here. But that's pretty close. And then look at that. This is a really nice, small attention to detail. As you get the chain link with the neon rectangles kind of emulating the hive. Great maintenance bay. Yeah, this is pretty good. I actually do want to kind of carve out this terrain right here. Of course, you have the footpath that goes right over this. It's gonna carve the whole thing out and not give me the kind of the tunnel effect. Unless we do the path, like here for the park entrance. Let's just do it, because it'll... That's the bridge. Other side of the bridge. Interesting. I wonder if these are for other scenery pieces, because I've seen some. I'm looking forward to checking this out. Yep, that's pretty accurate right there. Yeah. The station is really nicely recreated. I mean, this is my favorite coaster. I could toss up with Iron Gwazi, but I think this would win 7 or 8 out of 10 times, and Iron Gwazi would win out 2 or 3, just depending on the rides that I get. Let's speed that up. The lift hill realistically should go a fair bit faster. It's quite a fast lift hill. Alright, let's see here. Alright, that drop needs to be a little more gradual. Oh, but that's nicely recreated. Low to the ground. A little bit more bank on some of those turns. That one right there is good. Whip. Good airtime. That was a little harsh. That's definitely the best that I've looked at so far. And I mean, the scenery is absolutely fantastic. I think this does need a little bit of smoothing on some elements. And I think if they did, some steeper... This is nice, because some of these like sweeping curves here, you get to pretty much 90 degrees banked. And this is the only one that I've seen that really comes close to that. But I would like to see even more. This here feels a little bit whippy up over the top. I would like to see that profiled to be a little bit smoother, kind of here. It doesn't really turn. It curves up and it drops. But overall, I would make this airtime hill a little bit steeper. Same with this one to a lesser extent. Yeah, but overall, this is good. This one would come up a little bit and just have a little bit more of a shallow brake run, but this is good. And then this is really nicely done right here. Entrance sign is really cool. Look at that, the pool rules, except it's not really a pool. Don't cannonball or tinkle on the coaster. Alright, do we have any other copies of Fury? We looked at those three. Yeah, that's a duplicate of the one that we're looking at right now. I remember this one that Jimpers made, Tormenta, if it was actually cool. That might be all of the Furies. Yeah, I think it is. Dragon's Fury. Yep. So, yeah, 4 Fury 325. Okay. Now, I did get a couple scenery items, and I wonder if they're related to this here. Turn caps lock off. Blueprints. Oh, yeah, okay. Whoa. Yeah, so some of these might be connected. Some of them might not totally. That's a different size. Gonna sign off. Thanks for checking out my park. Glad to see you back on again, and always an enjoyable stream. Man, I really appreciate that. It is good to be back. Thanks so much for sharing. Have a great night. We'll catch you next time. I may be on tomorrow evening. I don't know. It's gonna depend on... So if there's a, So occasionally Friday nights they do an Axis and Allies game. It's kind of a community game. So I may do that tomorrow. I don't know. If I don't, I'll be on streaming. Saturday I have to work. So. But yeah. I appreciate you. Look forward to having you back. Have a great night. So that's a bit different there. This one is the queue. Yeah, so this here's a bit different. Pretty similar, but not quite the same. And then that there is kind of a bigger version of this. Interesting. I'll have to find some more scenery for this. Because you could definitely flesh this out. This is really neat. And I'm just curious to see if we can find a recreation of the, Yep, been going 2.5 hours. So, This will probably be the last thing that I do, but I want to go on to the workshop, see if they have a recreation of Carowinds. That would be worth checking out. It's another copy of Fury. You can see I have a few of these. Yeah, so most of these look like they're actually, yeah, some of them are parks. Vortex. Ah! Here's like a remade Vortex right there. That's kind of cool. Sky Tower. Flying Cobras that become a boomerang is a pretty cool one. Nighthawk. Yep. Intimidator. Yeah, so they've got some different ones. I'll probably check those out, I should say, off stream. Just to kind of see what's out there. Maybe pick one that I like. So. Alright, folks. I think that's going to do it for me. I'm going to jump off and get up and get a couple things done. It was great to be back. I look forward to hanging out with you all some more. Like I said, it should be on tomorrow night if I don't end up doing that Community Axis and Allies game. If I do that, there's a chance I might stream it. But then Saturday I have to work in the evening. So, yeah, we'll look for doing more Planet Coaster perhaps tomorrow. Definitely, if not tomorrow, we will do it Sunday. And I'll dedicate a pretty good chunk of time to do that. So, alright, Hank, have a great night. Appreciate you. Alright, yep, that's going to do it for me, folks. It, again, was great to be back. I really appreciate all of you hanging out. Thanks for sharing some fantastic stuff. And we'll be back soon. As always, until then, take care, stay safe.